Zain, we'll start with welcoming you to the club. It's been a busy week for you, I guess.
Yeah, it has. It's been hectic. It's never easy coming to a new club. New surroundings, new people, getting yourself settled. But the lads have been nice welcoming me in. Same with the staff, and yeah, it's just excited to see what the future has.
Straight in at the deep end with I suppose, training session and then match day. How have you found the last couple of days?
Yeah, I think that's the best thing, really. I think you want the games to come thick and fast. You need to sort of prove yourself to the teammates, the staff, and make yourself feel part of the squad. And you only really do that by playing games. So I'm glad that they're coming thick and fast.
In terms of that, then you get a substitute appearance on Wednesday. How did you find it went for you?
Yeah, I found it went good. The main thing is to get 3 points. I think it wasn't an easy game. York are a good team, have a lot of possession of the ball, try and move you around, and at the end of the game they're putting a lot of pressure on. But I think well, the whole game really, but especially at the end, we stood up to that and we were dangerous and clinical on the counter attack.
Obviously, that game broke a club record for us that stood 11 games unbeaten from the start of the season.
Yeah.
What have you seen in this group in the past couple of days?
I think the resilience, the spirit between it's this really tight group. I can feel that. A lot of good lads in there. And yeah, I think that's the main thing: the resilience, the belief, the spirit in that changing room to get over the line the other day. Because I think it's difficult when a team like York are there and they're stifling you with the ball for long periods of time. But it didn't seem to affect the lads out there at all. They just were patient in their defending, and when they won the ball, they were clinical and efficient.
I suppose when you look at going back to 2-1, you think, oh, I've got 5 minutes backs to the wall. But I suppose going and getting the third, even though everyone was shouting go in the corner, it just settled everything, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think again that shows the confidence and belief from the players out there that they don't want to settle for the 2-1, want to go for the 3-1, and I think that's a good mentality to have.
In terms of the away support, sold out. I probably felt like a home game in terms of the atmosphere as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think they were loud and there were lots of them, and I sort of knew that coming here. This is a big club, one I've played against before, and yeah, I mean one of the pools where I wanted to come here.
So you played against us before. I suppose that was in our darker days, I guess.
Yeah, it was. It was a long time ago. I think I would have been about 20 or 21 back then, but I still knew and still know now that it is a big club.
For you, then coming into the building, what was your main motive in wanting to come out on loan?
Or one to play games. That was the main thing. I was missing out on Saturdays and training all week with no game on a Saturday. So, and that's what we do it for. So that's the main thing. And the second was to obviously help the team. Doing really well at the moment. Obviously, like you said, breaking a record, unbeaten run. But I think there's a lot more to give from this team, and yeah, I want to be part of that.
A lot of your career has been in the EFL. What was your kind of motive in wanting to drop down to the National League for this one?
Again, to play. I think I've you know held no different regards for the team, for the club being in National League. It's a big club, and I want to play games, and this is where I can come and do it. And I'd much rather sort of be here, be on the pitch on come a Saturday than sat in the stand.
Your first two games, obviously, York on Wednesday and Carlisle, former EFL fixtures, and I suppose it's no different feeling when you're out there, particularly when it's in front of 7,500 people.
No, definitely, and I think the main thing again is the quality. I was sort of surprised. I didn't know what to expect really with the game on Wednesday. It was as much as I needed to sit there and sort of learn and see how the game goes and see how I could impact the game. But the standard was definitely similar to Donny's games last year in League Two, and even some that have been in League One. I don't think the difference is that huge.
We've had a settled midfield three so far this season. Obviously, Joe suspended for the weekend. Do you see this as a potential opportunity for yourself to get the shirt and get in this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. I think another reason why I was brought in, a few lads near suspensions, a few lads carrying knocks and things, just to strengthen the squad with how good a position the team's in at the moment. And yeah, I do see it as an opportunity for myself, and yeah, I need to take that.
For fans that maybe weren't at York on Wednesday, didn't see you, what do you feel you can bring to the team?
Composure in midfield, look to get on the ball and control the game. Also work rate, get around the pitch, cover a lot of distance, and yeah, tactically aware, can play in any of the positions in midfield really, and yeah, just want to get on the ball, impact, and help score and create goals.
You obviously came on when it was 1-0 on Wednesday. What was the message going on? Was it hold on or try and extend the lead? Or
No, I think just keep pushing it as the lads were doing. Stay tight, stay compact, and look to break on the counter because there's going to be opportunities there, and obviously there were. The game wasn't done at 1-0. There was plenty more, and I think we could have potentially got more. on the break, because the lads from the first minute were just being very efficient when they moved forward, getting the ball through the gaps, and yeah, I mean, 2 goals from midfield players, and one from the winger. It bodes well.
You weren't obviously the only new player in midweek. Rory Mahadi in goal.
Yeah.
First senior appearance. How good was he?
Yeah, unbelievable. It was a great first appearance. I'm sure he's buzzing with how that went, and it's not easy. Same as him for me. Coming in and meeting the lads for one day, and then trying to understand how they want to play, and I thought he looked really mature in goal.
Carlisle tomorrow, another tough team. I think they're one of 3 teams above us in the league, so it'll be another tough test, won't it?
Yeah, it will be a tough test, but I think teams will be aware, of the run that we're on. Sorry. So I think we've got to go in there full of confidence, full of belief, and see what we can get.
I know Wednesday will show that, but just how much confidence have you seen from the group just in the 2 training sessions you've had as well?
Yeah, a lot. And I think that's one of the main things, is the confidence and belief, sort of spirit in the team, and feeling like they can beat anyone, and that's a really strong thing to have as a team.
You talked on the radio about your experiences with other clubs in Doncaster and how it gets you over the line. How much have you seen that in your career so far?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I've only been here for a few days now, but that is probably most noticeable thing that I've seen is the team spirit, and definitely in the successful teams I've been in, that's a given. You have to have that. I haven't been in a successful team that isn't together and doesn't believe in one another. So yeah.
Is that another reason you want to come here? You want to, obviously as a footballer, you want to be successful, but you've seen the start and think we could get this club back to where it was previously?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of potential, and I want to show the best side of myself to sort of further my career, and I think being in a positive team can only help that.